Ji and Won asks the master where they are going. The hero replies that they are coming down the mountain. She wonders what they will do at the bottom. The master explains that they have to find her father. Won thinks about why she has to find her father and that it's her turn to go down. The master tells her that all young monks, when they grow up, must go down and practice at the bottom. Now it is her time. She is a little sad, but determined. Master Yuan adds that he may not be with Ruan for a long time yet. When Ruan finds her father's, he will come to her. Ruan realizes the gravity of the moment. Master reassures her, saying that if she doesn't like her father's, she can call him and she will be taken back. Ruan feels supported and reassured. Master Yuan says she's old enough to walk on her own, but he'll hold her while they go down. Ruan is a little worried, but agrees. On the way down, she reminds Master not to get tired. They meet people who greet them with respect. She feels important and a little embarrassed. The foreman offers the heroine a bath, but she doesn't want to move, saying she doesn't want the foreman to leave. She is sad and restless. The master gently insists on the need for care, but she continues to cry and says she doesn't want him to leave. You can see sadness and affection in her eyes. The master hugs the heroine, agreeing that he doesn't want to leave her either. He said that she won't always be able to rely on him. The hero explained that she would study here, and then when they met, he would check on her progress. She promised to study well. The master asked Ruan to wait for him. He asked the man to take care of her. The man agreed, asking if the master was leaving. The master confirmed that he is leaving and asked to take care of the heroine until tomorrow when her father comes. Ruan was upset. The man said she would be sad tomorrow when she woke up. The master, as he left, pondered that if he stayed, he wouldn't be able to leave later. She called out to the master in a panic, asking where he was. She ran around the room hoping to find him and realized he was gone. The little dog tried to comfort her. Ruan thought the master had left it for her. She realized how much she missed him. Elsewhere, people were discussing a beautiful car, thinking that its owner was very rich. One of the fathers, Mushin, arrived. Watching what was happening, the people around admired the wealth of the car's owner. Mushin got out of the car, attracting everyone's attention. Ruan realized that the master had left her a box with a phone and an envelope. She was touched and said she was sorry to see him go. The master explained that he had left her a single contact phone and a bank card. He wanted her to be able to manage the money on her own. She found a file with information about her 5 fathers. He added that if she didn't like them, she could always call him. In the file was Mushin, one of her fathers, 28 years old, president of the company. Ruan missed the master despite the information about her fathers. She tried to call the master, but she heard the dialed number was unavailable. Ruan sadly reflected on his absence. The master left her a voicemail message saying he missed her a lot and asked her to pick him up. Ruan was touched by his words. Ruan thought she was hungry and would like to eat master's food. She heard her grandmother asking if she was awake. The little girl hoped that the master would read her messages. She informed her grandmother that she was awake. Grandmother suggested that they go to breakfast. Ruan thanked her grandmother. Grandmother noticed that both she and the puppy were hungry. They decided to go to breakfast together. She noticed that the puppy was missing. She asked her grandmother if she had seen him. Her grandmother reassured her by saying that he was probably playing somewhere. Ruan continued to look for the puppy, calling its name loudly. The children who saw her laughed at her worry, which only made her more anxious. Ruan noticed that one of the children had hit the puppy. She screamed in panic to stop him from hitting her puppy and ran to protect it. The little girl picks up the puppy and anxiously asks how it is feeling. She sees the boy walking toward her threateningly, saying she dared her to push him. The boy gets hit and falls down, getting knocked out. Ruan asks why they were bullying her puppy. The boy is scared, he didn't expect this turn of events. The boy, lying on the ground, screams that she hit him and he will complain to his mom. Ruan calms him down, telling him that the pain will soon pass. The boy's mom appears and demands to know who beat her son. The boy points to the heroine, saying that it was she who hit him. The mom accuses the heroine, calling her useless and threatening her. She is determined to avenge her son. Ruan backs down when the woman demands that she stop. The heroine's grandmother intervenes, asking how old the woman is since she decided to hit the child. The woman claims that Ruan pushed and hit her son and states that she wants revenge. The grandmother orders the heroine to run quickly and call the village headman. Ruan runs away with her puppy in her arms, the woman shouting after her. Ruan sobs as she meets a man who looks at her with compassion. Ruan, seeing the man, says "Daddy" with surprise and hope. The man replies that it's okay, he's there for her, comforting her. Ruan runs towards the man with a cry of "Daddy." The people around her look at her in shock and bewilderment. The man asks her to let him go as he is not the man she is looking for. Ruan, holding him tightly, assures him that from the picture he is her daddy. She begs him not to leave her and let her go. Tears stream down her face. The man, holding back his emotions, calls her president. He keeps her at a distance and she realizes that her daddy doesn't want her. This breaks her heart. Ruan decides to prove her point and shows her the document. She insists that President Mushin is her father and asks him to take care of her. The man asks how she can prove he is her father. Ruan shows the results of a genetic paternity test proving that he is her dad. The man takes one look at the document and seriously asks who her master is. Ruan replies that the master is the one who raised her. Her words are filled with sadness and respect. The woman who previously threatened the heroine asks where she ran away to. She demands punishment for Ruan hitting her son, with rage in her voice. Mushin looks at her with a cold stare. He asks the woman what she is doing, and his voice sounds threatening. The woman laughingly says that the girl hit her son and demands to give her back to her. Mushin, with a serious expression on his face, replies that he still has business with the heroine. The man next to the woman resents that it's only a monk, but Mushin orders him to leave him alone. Ruan, with concern in her voice, says that the master is gone and she is alone. The little girl ponders in tears whether she is annoying her daddy. She begs him not to leave her, afraid of being alone. A man nearby notices that the president doesn't like to be picked on. He predicts that the president is about to get angry. Ruan, seeing the look on her father's face, is afraid. But Mushin only hums, lifting the heroine up. He asks the man to take the car. Ruan looks at her father gratefully, asking him to wait a moment to say goodbye to her grandmother. Mushin agrees, and Ruan thanks him with a smile on her face. She holds his hand, feeling joy and safety. The man is surprised and finds the situation strange. Ruan, feeling her father close by, calls out to him to come with her. She smiles happily, holding onto his hand. The people around her look on with surprise and concern. They think the president will probably leave her, but he stays by her side. Ruan feels happy. Mushin, reflecting, realizes how strange it is to have a daughter. He holds her hand tightly, feeling new, unfamiliar feelings. The people around him are surprised that the boss has become so kind. Mushin orders the heroine to get into the car. He looks at her seriously, waiting for her consent. Ruan replies in agreement and slowly climbs into the car. Mushin says he will support her for a while and then let her go. Ruan happily calls the puppy over to her. Ruan shows the puppy to Mushin and asks if it can stay. The driver offers to move the puppy to another car so as not to bother the boss. Ruan assures him that the puppy is well behaved and won't bother him. Mushin agrees, allowing the puppy to stay. Ruan excitedly thanks him. The driver reflects that it's not easy for the president to be cold to such a cute little girl. Ruan smiles happily, feeling that the other children are either noisy or afraid of her. Ruan shares that she's heard about cars from the master, but this car is so fast and beautiful. She confesses that she wants to sleep. Mushin, with a gentle expression on her face, lets her sleep. Ruan falls asleep, feeling safe next to her father. Sitting in the car, Ruan happily falls asleep with her head resting on Mushin's shoulder. The people around her are perplexed, surprised that their boss is so kind to her. They think someone has replaced him. One of the people says that the president let the heroine lean on him. Upon waking up, she asks Mushin where they are. He orders her to sit up straight, and she obediently says yes. They get out of the car near a large house. Ruan is surprised to see that it's her father's house, and happily asks if she'll be living here with him. She hurries after Mushin, calling him daddy. Tripping, she almost falls, but Mushin quickly picks her up, holding her hand tightly. The heroine is greeted by servants, saying that the master has returned. Ruan marvels at the house and says it's amazing. The servants are shocked and discuss the arrival of a child in bewilderment, as the lord has never been married or had mistresses. The servants are amazed and wonder how Mushin had a child. Ruan happily announces that she will live with her father in his big house, her eyes shining with happiness. Ruan excitedly asks if this will be their home now. The manager of the house is surprised to hear her say this and thinks that the young master really has a child, but doesn't understand why a monk. Mushin orders the servant to take the heroine to the bath, buy her some clothes and change her clothes. The servant replies that he will do as ordered. Ruan sweetly introduces herself to the manager, calling him grandfather and telling him that her name is Ruan. The manager is delighted, finding the heroine cute. He wants to help, but Mushin assures him that there will be no problem. The manager agrees and promises to buy clothes for the girl. The servant jokingly says that Ruan is just calling him grandfather. The manager laughs and is pleased that the girl found him pleasant. Mushin, on second thought, decides to check out the situation. On the phone, Mushin orders the plan from the planning department to be delivered to his desk tomorrow. He also demands to punish the village headman and forbid people from climbing the mountain. Ruan smiles while holding the puppy in her arms and enters the house. A servant tells her to keep her voice down as the master is working. Ruan thanks her sister for her concern and assures her there won't be any problems. Mushin seriously asks what she needs. Ruan explains that his hair is wet and it's not healthy. He agrees and asks her to help. Ruan helps him wipe his hair, very carefully and diligently. Mushin thanks her, but asks her not to worry anymore. Ruan, feeling unwanted, leaves with sadness on her face. The servants watching them are surprised and joke that the master is doing a poor job of parenting. One of the servant girls cheerfully says that she has bought a lot of clothes for the heroine and asks her to try them on. The little girl, hugging the puppy, thanks the maid and rejoices at her kindness. Mushin, standing nearby, quietly reflects that he wants to stroke her head. The maid cheerfully announces that she and Runa are going to go change. Mushin wonders what he was even thinking. He looks at them longingly, realizing that he was thinking about the future. Runa changes clothes and appears in her new clothes, smiling. Everyone around her admires her beauty. She happily asks Mushin if the new dress suits her. Mushin wonders how he could have said something about the future. He doubts whether she is really beautiful. Rune, seeing his reaction, begins to doubt himself. He remembers that in the past, if the master bought her new clothes, he always praised her. Now Mushin is confused. He slowly says that it suits her. Ruan, hearing this, brightens up with joy. Mushin gently touches her cheek, confirming his words. She smiles happily, pleased with his praise and care. The butler takes Rune to watch TV so as not to disturb her master's work. She asks in surprise what this device is and shows it to Xiaobao, saying that it is him. Rune sits on the couch and is happy that everything around her has gotten brighter with her appearance. She hugs Xiaobao and looks happy. The butler announces that it's time for dinner. Runa asks the butler to help her find her father so they can have dinner together. The butler agrees and leads her on a search. During this time, Runa's father is working in the office, expressing his displeasure with the staff's performance. Rune arrives at her father's office and informs him that it is time for dinner. He ends the meeting by saying that Lin will continue it, and he is about to leave. The staff discusses the situation, wondering at his reaction. One of the employees notices that the boss's facial expression has softened. The other staff members are perplexed, not believing that this could have happened. They realize that the change is due to Runa's appearance. Runa and the butler head out to dinner. Her father is immersed in thoughts of work, but her presence clearly softens him. The staff continues to discuss the change in his behavior, surprised and pleased by the change. In the hallway, her father asks Rune what she wants. She explains that he hasn't eaten and his body may not be feeling well. He decides to go with her. Father and Runa arrive in the dining room. Runa wants to sit next to him. She also invites the butler to join them, but he puts off eating until later. Runa tastes the food and marvels at its flavor. She offers her father a taste, but he says the food doesn't taste particularly good. The others in the dining room are surprised by his reaction. Runa is surprised that her father doesn't think the food tastes good. The butler notices that the master doesn't like to be touched by others. Father does taste the dish, but does not find it tasty. Rune remarks that father is lucky to eat such delicious food every day. She then asks the butler if her father arranged all this for her, and is delighted to hear that he loves her very much. In the bedroom, Runa falls asleep thinking that her father loves her. At this time, the butler shows her father the results of the paternity test, confirming that Runa is his daughter. The father is shocked by this discovery. Her father, looking at the test results, was stunned to learn that she was indeed his daughter. He wondered how this could be true. His mind was in a state of confusion. The butler tried to reassure his master by saying that such a wonderful girl could only please a good man like him. The father remained puzzled as to how this was possible. Father wondered how it could have happened that Runa was his daughter. The butler remarked that Miss Runa was very nice and asked if the father disliked her. He denied that he did. The butler changed the question and asked what the father would do if Runa were not his daughter. Father replied that she was just a little kid that he had gotten out of trouble. The father remembered finding Runa on the street, and he felt sad that she could have been all alone and defenseless. Now that she was with him, he felt responsible. The butler asked if father would make Runa happy. Father said he wasn't ready to tell Runa's parents about it yet. The sudden appearance of such a big daughter was a shock to him. Thinking back to his past, father wondered about Runa's mother. He decided that he now had a daughter and needed to get used to the thought. Runa, for her part, missed her master. Runa held the phone at night and dreamed of talking to the master. She wondered when he would answer. She saw the master in her dreams and missed him. Master appeared in Runa's vision and told her he missed her. She admitted that she missed him too. The wizard tried to comfort her and find out who had wronged her. Runa assured the master that she was not sad and said she loved her father, but she loved the master more. She told the master about the house and the delicious food, but the master's kitchen was better. The master said that was good. Runa talked a lot and wanted to say many more things, but the master was tired. He advised her to go to bed and promised to help her. The master reminded Runa of the tasks he had given her and said he would check them when she returned. Runa assured him that she wouldn't forget and bid him farewell. In fact, Runa had a lot more she wanted to say to the master, but he was tired. She bid him farewell, promising to return and fulfill all his tasks. Father stood pensive, looking into the distance. He saw Rune trying to reach something, but it was too high for her. She complained that she was too small. Runa felt helpless for not being able to reach the high place. She thought she looked silly, but her father found it cute. Runa walked up to her father, calling him daddy. She asked if he recognized that he was indeed her daddy. Her father asked her to get up and explain why she was up so early. Runa said she got up early to run around and do her homework. Her father was surprised that she decided to do it so early, since she was still little. Runa explained that the teacher said that a good kid should practice every day to beat the bad guys. She suggested that father go together for morning exercise. Father and Runa walked down the street. People passing by noticed Runa and said what a smart kid she was. Runa greeted them cheerfully, wishing the grandparents a good morning. Passers-by were surprised to hear Runa call her father daddy. They asked if she really meant him, to which Runa answered in the affirmative. Father felt proud when he heard this. The father was glad that Runa thought of him as daddy. She asked passers-by to let her pass to him. The people around were shocked that Runa was calling him daddy and looked at them in surprise. The passers-by touched Ruana's cheeks, causing her to look surprised. Her father gently lifted her up and asked her not to torture the child. Ruana asked what the grandparents were doing. Her father explained that they loved her very much and offered to meet her. He assured Ruan that she was his daughter. Ruan happily introduced herself, saying that she was his daughter. Passers-by admired Ruan, wishing their granddaughters were as good. Ruan thanked them and professed her love, but said she loved her daddy more. Father noted that Ruan used to cling to him, saying she loved him, but now she deceiving him. One of the passers-by offered to let father run around in the mornings while they looked after Ruan. Ruan was happy to be able to stay with her grandparents and do yoga and meditation. Father agreed and ran alone, feeling cheated. Ruan practiced vigorously with her grandparents. Father watched her, thinking of her effort. Ruan called out to him and he came closer. Ruan ran to her father. He picked her up in his arms, feeling tender toward her. He couldn't stay angry with her after all, despite her deception. The hero and Ruan return home. Ruan happily announces that they are back. She reminds them to wash their hands before eating. Grandpa says there will be shrimp porridge for lunch. Ruan asks if there is vegetarian porridge because she is a little monk who can't eat meat or drink alcohol. Father wonders if Ruan has never eaten meat. Ruan replies that she learned about it from a book. He offers Ruan something to eat. Ruan asks the master for permission to eat meat, referring to Father's words about keeping the Buddha in the heart. Father wonders about the wine he was talking about. Ruan asks if they have vegetarian dishes or steamed buns because she loves them. Her father brings her the buns and tells her they are delicious. Ruan thanks him. She eats the buns. Her father jokes that she looks like a chipmunk. Ruan agrees that it is very tasty. Father confirms this. Ruan enjoys the buns, happily gobbling them up. Ruan asks the master worriedly why he hasn't returned to her. Father wonders why she ate so little. Ruan explains that her belly is already full and she has eaten more than her father. Father, watching Ruan with a smile, asks her why she ate so little. Ruan, satisfied and full, informs him that she is already full, having eaten more than her father. She looks joyful and happy, hugging her father, enjoying his attention and care. Her father was annoyed and asked Ruana what it was like. She, with frightened eyes, replied, "Daddy." He explained that she should not lift her clothes in front of others as she was a girl. Ruan sat back in her chair, promised that she would not show her belly again. She assured her father that she would be obedient. Father said he was leaving. Ruan asked in surprise if he was leaving her. Mushin replied that he was going to work. Ruan asked if he promises to come back. He confirmed that he would return. Ruan asked him to come back soon. She said she would wait for him. Father confirmed that he would come back soon. He thought about his promise and looked at Ruan, thinking about how quickly he should return. In the office, an assistant noticed something and asked what was wrong. He replied that everything was fine. She explained that he was late today. Hiro stated that she had been staring at him for too long. He concluded that the assistant had too little work to do. She agreed with him in awe, apologizing for her mistake. He realized that he needed to deal with this quickly. The hero decided to return later so as not to inconvenience her. Ruan was with the maid, who explained that they could buy and play here. Ruan happily held up the candy, saying it was for everyone. The maid noticed that Ruan was too nice. Ruan joyfully explained that one candy was for her father, one for her grandfather, one for the cook, and one for her. She met a little dog and shared her joy. Grandpa suggested that she try some strawberries. Ruan agreed, saying that the master loved strawberries too. She decided to eat only one strawberry, saving the rest for her father. She then wondered why her father hadn't returned yet and looked at her grandfather. With sadness, Ruan noticed that the master was no longer eating strawberries and sat down on the swing. The little dog came over and barked, trying to cheer her up. Ruan shouted happily that Daddy was back and ran to him. She said she had been waiting for him a lot. He asked why she waited so much. Ruan explained that she loved him a lot. The hero, grinning, held her in his arms and listened to her stories of the day. He asked what she had done today. Ruan replied that she had eaten a big bowl of porridge and gotten strawberries from her grandfather. She explained that she had purposely left the strawberries for Papa. Grandpa brought the strawberries and reminded her that they were reserved for the little lady. Ruan added that she had picked 2 of the biggest strawberries for Daddy. Hiro, with a smile, ate the strawberries. Ruan asked if he liked the strawberries, to which he replied in the affirmative. She admitted that she originally wanted to keep one for the master, but decided to give one to her dad. The hero, getting a little angry, said it was all his anyway. Ruan, surprised, asked what was wrong with Papa. He replied that it was fine. Hero looked worried, and Ruan noticed that Papa was swollen. The maid told her that the little monk next door had shown up. She asked if they were going to meet new friends. Hero recognized that the little monk was the one on TV and looked thoughtful. Ruan asked her grandfather who it was in the distance. He replied that it was probably a child from the neighboring villa. Ruan called out for Mimi to come down and eat the dried fish. Mimi meowed from the tree, not wanting to come down. Ruan told the boy that his cat didn't want to come down. He offered to wait. The boy, who called himself Lian Jin-shun, said that Ruan was very beautiful. Ruan happily introduced himself and asked why he had no hair. Lian Jin-shun explained that he was just a little monk. He saw a cat and asked if it was her cat. Ruan replied that yes, but the cat doesn't like her very much. Grandpa added that the kitten was too small and was afraid to come down. Ruan promised that she would help him down. Grandpa was shocked that Ruan was called Miss. She replied that there was no need to worry, she would get someone with a ladder. Grandpa assured her that he would help get the cat down. Ruan thanked and said she would treat her to some chocolate. Lian Jin-shun was surprised and asked what the chocolate was. Ruan explained that it was delicious and offered to eat it together. Lian Jin-shun thought that Ruan was smiling so beautifully and suggested that she eat the chocolate herself. Ruan asked Lian Jin-shun where his home was and if she could play with him later. He replied that his home was there and he would play the piano for her. Ruan said that her father's house was not far away and would now call him Jin-shun. They both sat down on the grass and heard meowing. Grandpa walked over with a ladder to bring the cat down. The cat meowed, startled, but then calmed down and meowed again. Ruan and Lian Jin-shun ran to the cat. He asked Ruan to stop and said that Mimi shouldn't be afraid. He explained that cats are not afraid, they are obedient. Grandpa assured that everything was fine and the kitten was just scared, but wasn't going to attack. Ruan hugged the cat and thanked Lian Jin-shun for helping her. Grandfather reminded Ruan that Master would be back soon and it was time to go. Ruan said goodbye to Lian Jin-shun, saying she would see him tomorrow when she picked up her father from work. Lian Jin-shun said goodbye to Ruan, holding the cat in his arms. Ruan told the hero that she had rescued a kitten today and Jin-shun's brother offered to go to his house. The hero said it was late and it was time to go to bed. She really wanted to be with Daddy. He reminded her that they sleep in separate rooms and insisted she sleep alone. He wondered if he would get used to children. Ruan promised to be obedient. The hero said she had to go to bed before 10 o'clock. Ruan called the hero the best daddy and confessed her love. He was touched by her words and thought she should go to bed. She hugged the hero and closed her eyes. The hero thought that taking care of the child was tiring him and saw a message on his phone. It talked about the moon, and Ruan spoke to the master via video link, saying she missed him. Master explained that he couldn't talk to her on the video link. Ruan worried that something had happened to Master. Master reassured her, saying that he didn't want to make her worry. He explained that Master's brother and father were sick and he needed to take care of them. Master asked Ruan to be careful and not to say such things or he would be saddened. Ruan promised to be careful. She asked if it is true that if she eats meat, she will become taller. The master asked the heroine why she was suddenly asking that. Ruan explained that her father had said, if you eat meat, you can become taller and stronger, just like Dad and Master. Master reminded that she is still a child and still growing. Ruan countered that Jin-shun's brother is much taller than her even though the age difference is only a year. She considered it unfair. The master, touching her head, said that from now on, she is no longer a little monk. Ruan is now a little princess, so she can eat meat and grow her hair. Ruan asked if the master would also grow her hair. The master said there was still a lot to discuss, but now it was time for bed. The master's father and brother would recover soon. The master wished the heroine good night. The master's mother offered him something to eat. She said that now the whole burden was on him because his father and brother had fallen and his health was also deteriorating. The master told his mom to rest and assured her that everything would be fine. Ruan waited until she could pick someone up and was full of hope for the best. Ruan calls for the master. He opens the door and asks why she is still awake. She says she is growing her hair. Papa, touching her head, notes that it will take time. Ruan asks if her hair will be long. Papa, frowning slightly, asks if she wants to shave it off. She replies with a smile that the master said she can grow her hair now. Dad wonders when she had time to talk to the master. She explains that it was last night. Papa decides to give her his phone number so that in the future she will call him instead of the master. Ruan agrees and is happy to be able to call Papa. Papa jokes that now he won't be handsome with his hair, and Ruan assures her that he has always been handsome. Papa and Ruan talk about the importance of calling and taking care of each other. Grandma and the boy with blue eyes watch their conversation. Ruan happily calls the boy Jin Chun's brother and introduces Papa. Papa is jealous, thinking the boy looks strong. Ruan says he will come home in the evening after the game. The little girl happily notes that she has grown hair. She shows them to another child and Papa is jealous, thinking everyone wants to steal his daughter. Daddy gets angry and demands information. The co-workers discuss that he is particularly upset. He asks whose phone is ringing. Ruan calls Papa, holding up a piece of paper. She asks Papa to look at the word and explain its meaning. Papa, after calming down a bit, explains the meaning. Ruan thanks Papa, pleased with his explanation. Papa returns to work and demands to know who called him. The co-workers are nervous, fearing the boss. Ruan admires Jin Chen's brother's house, noting its beauty. Ruan asks to make himself at home, and Ruan happily agrees, feeling pleased with the hospitality. They decide to look at the piano, and Ruan wonders what it is. The hero explains that it is a piano, and is surprised that Ruan hasn't seen it before. Ruan thanks the hero. She asks permission to play a tune, to which the hero happily agrees. The hero begins to play, and Ruan marvels at his skill, expressing her surprise and joy. The little girl gives the hero a bracelet made especially for him. The hero is surprised and asks if she made it herself. Ruan explains that it was made by her master, who also makes delicious food. She talks about the master's skills, including curing sick animals and making jewelry. She confesses that she misses the master as she hasn't seen him in a long time. The hero comforts her, promising that they will wait for the master together. Ruan asks to play again, to which the hero agrees. Ruan enjoys the music. Ruan says goodbye, promising to be careful on her way home. She wishes farewell to her grandmother Jiang and brother Jin Chang, promising to visit again and play together next time. The grandmother asks the hero if he likes playing with his little sister. The hero, a little embarrassed, replies that he likes it. The grandmother, smiling, asks if he wants to play with her in the future. The hero, hesitating, admits that he wants to continue playing the piano for his sister. Grandma says that he should go to school then, adding that Ruana's dad should find her a school too. She assures the hero that when the time comes, she will ask where Ruan will go to school and suggest that he go to that school too. The hero recalls the past rejection and explains why he wants to go now. The hero is annoyed with his classmates who want to see him as a fiancé for his sister. The grandmother asks why he wants to go now. The hero explains that he is afraid for his sister and wants to protect her. The grandmother cheerfully says that he will be her fiancé. The hero, embarrassed, exclaims, asking the grandmother not to say such things. At this point, another character appears, commenting on the situation. The other character, seeing the photo on his phone, exclaims that the baby in the photo is the one. He tells them that the baby is very cute, but it's silly to say that his brother had a baby. A character offers to place bets on the situation. The other hero, enthusiastically agreeing, supports the idea, smiling and suggesting that we continue. Little Ruan asks Miss if she still makes dumplings. Miss replies that she likes making them. Ruan confesses that she doesn't know what her daddy likes to eat. The hero appears and says that his brother let the heroine live here, but he disagrees. He asks in surprise what the young master is doing here. The young master takes a bite of the apple and states that he was told his brother had a child and thinks it's funny. He reflects that it is better for his brother to have a girlfriend rather than a child. Ruan, surprised, asks her uncle who he is and says he looks like her dad. The young master is shocked, apparently realizing something important. The young master is confused when the uncle says that the grandfather is letting him look around the house. Ruan remarks that uncle shouldn't waste fruit if he doesn't like it. The young master is shocked again, not realizing what is going on. Ruan asks her grandfather why uncle is so withdrawn. She says her master has excellent medical skills and can help her uncle. Ruan asks when daddy will come back, and uncle wonders if daddy might come back. At this point, the hero, surprised, asks where his brother is in a hurry. Little Ruan shouts joyfully, "Papa!" The hero, smiling, meets her. She says that daddy came back early and she didn't have time to pick him up. Ruan tells her that she made dumplings for daddy. The hero, smiling, agrees. Little Ruan notices that her brother can smile. Uncle asks why she is here. The hero continues walking, ignoring her uncle's question. Little Ruan is still surprised. Uncle, a little disappointed, admits that he was wrong. Ruan ponders why her uncle hates her daddy, since he's so good. The heroine says he suspects they are talking about different people. He asks the heroine to wash her hands. The hero tells his brother to stop. The brother, apologizing, admits he was wrong. He asks permission to explain himself. The hero, looking at him sternly, tells him to step back. The brother asks to trust him, for no one would pretend to be his brother. He shows a pitiful face, hoping for understanding. The hero, however, remains adamant and asks the brother to step back. The hero tells his brother that he will check all his homework and will not allow him to dye his hair. The brother is shocked, realizing the seriousness of the situation. Ruan worries that the dumplings will get cold. The hero comes in and says, "Let's eat." Ruan, noticing her uncle's lack of hair, asks him about it. She is surprised and thinks that the uncle wants to become a monk too. The brother asks the hero if Ruan is really his daughter. Ruan calls him her favorite daddy and kisses him on the cheek. The brother is shocked to realize the truth. The hero confirms that it is indeed his daughter. The brother, stunned, repeats, "It's true, it's true." The hero smiles demurely, accepting what is happening. Uncle is sad about his lost hair. Ruan tries to comfort him by saying that he is handsome and even his baldness is beautiful. Uncle is surprised but thanks her for the compliment. Ruan adds that uncle's hair will grow back soon. She shows her growing hair to encourage him. Uncle smiles, looking at her touchingly. The brother is concerned about how to go outside without hair now. The hero, listening to this, decides that simply shaving hasn't taught him a lesson. He is going to take a picture. Everyone takes a picture together. Ruan looks pleased. Uncle asks to take another picture. The hero is a little tired, but agrees. Ruan realizes that she hasn't taken a picture with her dad yet. She asks him to join in. Dad hesitates a bit, but agrees. Everyone takes a picture together. Ruan is enjoying the moment. She is happy that the whole family is together. At this moment, the uncle decides to tell his parents about his brother's daughter. The hero notices that the uncle's phone is broken. The uncle is confused, not realizing what is going on. The hero at this time looks a little tired, but determined. The uncle says he didn't expect this turn of events. He is about to send a picture to his parents, but the phone doesn't work. The hero observes everything with a slight weariness. Ruan, for her part, continues to enjoy the moment with her family. She looks happy and content as she hugs her dad. This moment is important and touching to her. The uncle and the heroine take pictures. The uncle asks for more pictures. He looks shocked when he sees the message on his phone sent to his parents. The hero's mother is surprised and exclaims that her son is getting married. The hero's father looks at the phone and his grandfather is also surprised. They discuss how this is possible. The hero's father asks the mother why she is yelling so loudly. He points out that she's an adult, but she's still acting like a child. The mother points out the message. The hero's mother is overjoyed when she sees the message. She shows it to the father and grandfather, saying that their oldest son has a daughter. The father and grandfather are shocked. They ask if it is a daughter. The mother insists that the son is not lying. She thought otherwise at first, but is now convinced. She offers to call him immediately and find out everything in person to clear her doubts. The father agrees to call his son. He claims that if it were his own child, he would love him. But doubts remain and they decide to check with him. The father believes that the child was just dropped off to their son. The mother claims that the child is their granddaughter and she will call her son immediately. The father is doubtful, but the mother is determined. The hero expresses regret that he didn't want to inform the family of the situation so quickly. The phone shows that the mother is calling, and the hero does not know what to do next. Emotions run high and the heroes worry about the future of the family. The mother is determined, and the hero realizes that he needs to make a decision and explain himself to his parents. The hero reflected on the fact that he was not prepared to inform his family of Rowan's existence. He looks at his phone and Rowan asks who Mom is. The hero explains to the heroine that Mom is her grandmother and asks if she wants to see her. Rowan, a little surprised, agrees and waits for the phone to turn on. The heroine's mom sees the heroine and admires her, saying she's real and cute. Rowan, looking at the hero, asks what he calls his parents. The hero replies that they call her sweetheart. The hero's mom and dad are surprised and confirm that this is true. Rowan greets her grandparents, happy to make a new acquaintance. The hero's mom says how nice, and offers to stop by their house for a meal. Rowan agrees, telling her that she recently met her dad, and now she's getting to know her grandparents. The hero says goodbye to his mom, telling her that everything is fine. Grandpa promises to buy the heroine anything she wants, despite the hero's objections. Everyone is happy and smiling. The hero and Grandpa discuss how many people will be coming home so they can serve a nice meal. Grandpa assures them that he didn't tell them anything. The hero asks if this is accurate. Grandma comes to the heroine, calling her granddaughter and saying how soft and sweet they all are. Rowan happily hugs her grandmother, enjoying the moment. Hero tried to get his mother's attention by saying that she still has a son. The grandmother hugged the heroine and wondered who it was, not recognizing her son. He explained that it was him, causing her shock and surprise. The grandmother confessed that she thought it was a monk who looked like her son. She rejoiced at her son's new appearance. The grandmother stated that this appearance was much better than the previous one. The hero was upset that his red hair was no longer in honor. He complained that his mom didn't remember his old love. The grandmother suggested that the hero look at others and himself to realize the change. The grandmother asked the heroine her last name, surprised by her cute appearance. Rowan cheerfully replied that her name was given by a master. The hero was surprised to hear the heroine's last name, thinking she had scared the child. The grandmother asked if the last name could be changed, to which Rowan perplexedly replied. The hero and the others were stunned. The grandmother suggested that they change their last name to one that matched their family. Rowan was puzzled by the suggestion and expressed doubt. The grandmother explained that it was okay to use her father's last name. Rowan wondered why she could only have one last name, surprised to notice that she had more than one dad. Everyone around her, including the hero, was taken aback by her words. Rowan hesitated and said in surprise that she had more than one daddy. The hero was stunned by her words, trying to understand their meaning, and suddenly started coughing. Grandma and the others were also surprised by her words. The hero, perplexed, asked what she meant. He asked not to be cruel and explain what she meant. Rowan, covering her face with her hands, expressed embarrassment and confusion. The hero, trying to be patient, said he didn't want to scare her and asked her to explain what she meant. Rowan, calming down a bit, began to explain that she had two daddies. The hero listened carefully, trying to understand her words and not interrupt her explanation. Rowan said that she had several dads. She listed them: the first is Yu, the second is Su Yan, the third is Chin Boking, the fourth is Enchin, and the fifth is the investigator. Mushin, stunned by her words, asked, "What do you mean 5? Rowan, embarrassed and a little scared, tried to explain. He asked who had told her that. Rowan replied that the master had told her that, and she had seen the pictures. She explained that the master showed them every day. The hero's father explained that 6 years ago, there was an experiment. They had gotten news of a new artificial incubation technology. He talked about how that could explain the situation. The father continued by saying that the experiment later ended without any problems. He explained that the doctor had been arrested for illegal experimentation. Ruan asked what was going on with Dad. The hero reassured her, telling her that everything was fine. She noticed that the hero was squeezing his hand too tightly and asked him to relax. Ruan showed obedience. The heroes were surprised at her behavior. The hero asked her who the other dads were. Ruan started to explain, but the hero was not happy about it. Ruan hugged the hero, saying she would not leave him. She wanted to talk about the other daddies and things. The hero thought she looked like a little sneaky. Ruan explains that she has 5 daddies. The first is Mushin, the second is Su Yan, the third is Chin Boking, the fourth is Chin, and the fifth is an investigator. She confirms that she has seen their pictures. Ruan notices that Su Yan is an actor. This causes the heroine to be surprised. She smiles, remembering that all his movies were good. Mushin asks if Ruan has seen the man. She confirms that she has. The hero shows a picture of Su Yan, and Ruan happily confirms that it's her dad. The hero gets a little jealous, asking who's cuter. Ruan replies that her dad is the prettiest. This makes the hero happy. The heroine's companions discuss the other dads. Ruan confirms that she has several dads and says that Mushin's dad is also her dad. This comes as a surprise to everyone. Ruan decides that she will sleep with her dad tonight. The hero happily accepts her decision, lifting her up in his arms. Ruan smiles, and the attendants comment on how convincing it was. Mushin says that Ruan will sleep with him tonight. This causes the elders to worry. They think the child might regret this decision. The elders discuss that they know all but one of the heroine's dads. They wonder who Nangong Su Yan is. One of them suggests that it's a rare surname and may be related to Uncle Nangong's family. The hero asks the heroine if she wants to change her name. She replies that her name was given by the master and she doesn't want to change it. The hero asks for help checking the heroine's account. She promises that she will never come out and say anything unnecessary, reassuring her brother. The hero informs her that it's getting late and he's going to go put the heroine to bed. Ruan remembers that she needs to take a bath and the hero agrees. The hero asks why Ruan isn't going. She replies that her arms are short and asks him to help her. The hero doubts whether to help, but agrees. He promises to help the heroine wash just this once. Ruan assures her that she will grow up and be able to do it herself. The hero asks why the bath is causing a problem. Ruan reminds him that you have to take off your clothes first to take a bath. The hero understands and asks the heroine to take off her clothes first. She reminds him that he didn't put the hot water on and it will be cold. The hero asks to wait a little while. Hero adds something to the water, but Ruan says the water is too hot. She asks for shower gel first, then shampoo, and the hero washes her hair. This turns out to be harder than the job. Ruan says the hero is soaked and asks him to go take a shower so he doesn't catch a cold. The hero agrees and leaves. Ruan plans to scare the hero. Ruan, wearing a dinosaur costume, scares the hero out of the shower. The hero seems frightened at first, but then agrees that she scared him. Ruan asks the hero to go to bed with her. He agrees, sits down next to her, and puts her to bed. Ruan giggles. The hero strokes her affectionately and tells her that she is a sound sleeper. The hero wakes up looking at the heroine, who questions where he is going. He realizes he overslept and checks his phone, finding many missed calls. The hero's assistant excitedly informs him that he almost called the police because of the lack of response. The hero apologizes, explaining that the phone was turned off. Ruan asks who was calling so early. Hero informs that all business has been rescheduled for tomorrow. The assistant is shocked at the decision to skip work. Ruan is surprised that the hero is not working today. Ruan offers the hero a rest and suggests they go out. They decide to play a game, and Ruan happily invites her brother to join in. They discuss where to go. The hero and Ruan discuss the options: the zoo, the playground, or the oceanarium. Ruan happily chooses the zoo and shares her memories of how much she likes animals. The character reminds her that you need a leash to walk with your dog. Ruan, slightly confused, puts the leash on the dog and apologizes to the dog for the necessity. The dog starts growling, and Ruan asks in surprise what's wrong. The hero and heroine are walking through the zoo when they notice a woman with a stroller. The hero suspects her because of the child's strange behavior and improper clothing in the summer, which makes him wary. An announcement is passed around the zoo that a 3-year-old boy is missing. The message describes his clothing and calls for the finder to be returned to the zoo staff. Ruan is alarmed. The heroine's dog begins barking, drawing attention to a woman with a stroller. The woman becomes frightened and tries to protect the child, thinking the dog might attack. The hero approaches the woman and asks her questions about the dog. The woman excuses herself, fearing for the health of her child. The hero, not trusting her, calls the police. The woman panics, demanding they let her go. The hero, not moving from his position, persistently asks her to wait. Ruan looks at the situation with concern. The hero demands that she open the stroller to check on the child. Ruan notices that the boy in the stroller looks like the missing child from the advertisement, further increasing the tension. The woman is angry and nervous as she opens the stroller. Hero and Ruan look closely, discovering a sleeping boy matching the description from the radio ad. A woman, desperate to free herself, screams abuse at a child. She pushes the child away, which scares the people around her. Suddenly there is a murderous scream, drawing everyone's attention. Ruan is horrified to see her being pushed. The hero screams, urging her on, worried for her safety. Two adults discuss worriedly that children have been thrown into an area with bears. Ruan thinks she will never see her loved ones again. She lies on something soft and dark, wondering about it. She soon realizes it is a bear. The bear protects the children, and Ruan thanks it for saving her. The hero tries to get to her, but is held back by guards, forbidding entry into the enclosure. The hero desperately demands to be let in. Ruan smiles, feeling safe thanks to the bear. The other child's parents thank her for her help. They check on their son, making sure he's okay. A joyful Ruan, hugging the bear, tells him thank you for saving him. She is happy that the bear protected them from danger. The hero watches this, worried about her. The hero asks the heroine where she is hurting. Ruan, in tears, says that she was very scared, but now she is fine and nothing hurts. The hero decides to go to the hospital anyway. At the hospital, the doctor reports that the heroine has no health problems. The police ask the hero to testify about the woman who attacked. The hero agrees. The hero tells the children to stay put and not to go anywhere. Ruan reassures her brother, saying that she is fine. Her brother promises to take care of her and not let anyone hurt her. Ruan agrees that they will protect each other in the future. They make a pact. The hero promises to protect his sister from all dangers, and Ruan wonders why she likes animals so much. Ruan explains that her mother loved her when they were in the mountains. Her brother suggests bowing down so they don't seem strange, and Ruan agrees with him. Ruan sees her aunt, who offers to spend time together. Ruan thinks she sees her mother. Another character appears, claiming that Ruan wants too much. Ruan is confused. Ruan, seeing the other character, calls him daddy. She is happy and excited, shouting that she has found her daddy. Her brother watches the scene, worried about his sister. Ruan exclaims happily that she has found her daddy and calls out to him. Daddy looks at her doubtfully and asks her who daddy is. Ruan confidently replies that he is. He, frowning, asks her to repeat what she said. Ruan says that Shuiyan's dad is much more handsome than she imagined. He surprisingly rephrases what she just said. He confesses that he's looking for an excuse to get rid of another woman. Ruan states with a serious look that she is the daughter. Another woman is shocked that he has a daughter. He reluctantly recognizes her as his daughter and says she's cute despite his horrible temper. The woman smiles and jokes that if her mom calls, he should tell her he doesn't like nice women. He asks her to stop calling him dad and go find her parents. Ruan insists that she missed him. He finally admits that he used her to get rid of that woman. Ruan, hugging his leg, asks to go for a walk with her. He declares that he is too handsome to be her father. Ruan confidently replies that the master said so. Ruan rejoices that she has finally found her daddy. She tells him that the master trained her to find her father and shows him the paternity test report to prove her words. He looks at the report with surprise, realizing that someone prepared this document in advance. He looks thoughtful and slightly annoyed as he thinks about who could have done this. He states that he doesn't have a daughter, as his memory is fine. He adds that a lot of women want to get into his house, but it's not his daughter. Ruan says sadly that she wants to go home to her daddy, but he refuses to let her. He asks where they could have gotten his DNA for the report. His mother appears on the scene, asking if he's forgotten about the blind date. Ruan calls her grandmother, much to his surprise. The mother asks how he found such a cute girl. Ruan is delighted and says that grandma is beautiful. The mother smiles and hugs her, asking her son to give her a granddaughter like her in the future. Ruan continues to call her grandmother. The mother asks her son when he had time to have a daughter. He, frowning, explains that it is a misunderstanding and nothing of the sort happened. Ruan is sad at being denied. Her mother soothes the heroine, telling her quietly not to cry. He thinks his personal life is over, pondering what to do about another test. Ruan shows a DNA test confirming that she is indeed Su Yan's child. The hero's mother is surprised and perplexed at how this is possible since he can't have children, calling her a fraud. The hero claims that he has never been with someone, he can't have children. He asks the heroine to stay with her grandmother for now, but she flatly refuses, insisting on her own. The grandmother declares that Ruan is her granddaughter, Mushin's daughter. The hero's mother says she has a test. She shows the results of the test, and the grandmother also claims she has one. They compare the results and are surprised. The hero's mother clarifies that Ruan is her son's daughter. The hero says that they are both men and cannot have children. The mother and grandmother discuss who might have a fake test. The hero, looking puzzled, asks what is going on. The hero's mother notices that the heroine has 5 fathers and suggests that 3 more are coming to take her away. The grandmother insists that Ruan isn't just her granddaughter. Su Yan asks the hero to spend all his time with the heroine. The hero's mother says they forgot to ask permission from them. They discuss how they will proceed, trying to understand the situation. The hero's mother starts the conversation, noticing that it all started. She remembers how lucky she is, as her family has many children, a son, a nephew, a niece, and Ruan. The hero's mother thought Su Yan would inherit his father's company, but he decided to follow in her footsteps. Now she spends a lot of time alone, and it makes her sad. She doesn't want to take away his freedom by forcing him to marry, she just doesn't want him to be alone. Now having met her granddaughter, she wants to spend more time with her. The hero's mother hugs the heroine, promising that she can stay with her as long as she wants. Ruan thanks her, calling her her sister. The hero notices that the mother has divorced the man again. Ruan will spend some time at the other grandmother's house. He startles everyone with his harsh remark. The grandmother notices that it is hot today. She is still afraid of her son's scary look. Su Yan bought Ruan a doll, hoping she will like it. The hero's mother discusses the situation with Ruana on the phone with Mushin. She tells him that something happened and describes the situation. The hero's mother explains that she tried to stop the heroine, but couldn't. The hero immediately tells the driver to turn around to go back and deal with the situation. The heroine wonders how Su Yan was able to return from overseas so quickly. The heroine happily informs him that she missed him. Hero asks why she's still at the other house. Ruan explains that she thinks of Su Yan all the time, when she sleeps, eats, and washes. Su Yan, though he listens to her, doubts her words. She tells Su Yan that she stayed with her grandmother because she is lonely. Su Yan is incredulous, but agrees that it's plausible. Ruan notes that Su Yan didn't believe her. The hero resents how Su Yan could do that to the heroine by sending her to the police. At this point, Su Yan appears and asks who Ruan is talking to. The hero continues his conversation with the heroine, noticing that Su Yan is close to his daughter. He compares himself to Su Yan, believing himself to be more handsome. Ruan asks Su Yan to leave. The little girl turns to Su Yan, asking him to leave the room to talk to the hero alone. Su Yan agrees and leaves. Ruan tries to explain her situation to the heroine. The heroine happily informs the hero that she missed him. She explains that she stayed at her grandmother's house to keep her company. The hero listens to her in disbelief. Ruan, turning to the hero, apologizes for the misunderstanding. The hero replies that it's okay and understands her intentions. They continue to discuss their feelings. The heroine happily informs him that Su Yan is her father anyway. Hero is surprised that she's already done talking to the other father. Ruan smiles happily, confirming this. The hero, looking at the heroine in surprise, admits that she can stay at her grandmother's house. Ruan happily agrees and smiles back. The hero reproachfully asks why Ruan didn't stand up for him when he was called ugly. Ruan, nervous, asks to be let go. The hero wryly asks what she would do if he replaced her and ate her. Ruan assures her that Mushin's master and Mushin's dad would have protected her. The hero, laughing, says he would eat her then. Ruan suddenly bites it, saying it's soft and delicious, then complains that it's bad. Ruan cries, stating that the hero is bad. The hero says that children are so easily frightened, then admits that they make him tired and want to sleep. The hero's mother enters, asking what is going on. The hero's mother chides him for still worrying about sleep. The hero asks her not to punch him in the face. The mother angrily asks how he could have hurt his daughter. Ruan asks to show where it hurts so she can blow on it and the pain goes away. Ruan blows on the wound and casts a spell to make the pain go away. The hero is shocked and notices that Ruan is a real pain in the ass, which causes him to smile and then brood. Ruan, smiling happily, tells the heroine that her grandmother's arm hurts too. Ruan casts a spell to make the pain go away, placing her hand on the sore spot. The hero's mother happily offers to cook something for Ruan, asking if she wants to eat. The hero irritably asks his mother to leave Ruana, stating that her father is enough for her. The hero's mother laughingly tries to convince Ruan to socialize with her, but Ruan slyly assures that the hero's mother is caught. Ruan cheerfully watches the scene unfold. The hero sternly asks his father how he managed to piss off his mother. The father, surprised, listens and looks around at Ruan. The hero asks how long the hero's mother can't keep her granddaughter. The father, surprised, says, "Granddaughter?" Ruan happily explains that the granddaughter is cute. The father, slightly stunned, continues to listen. The father, puzzled, asks if they kidnapped Ruan. Ruan explains that no one kidnapped Ruan, she came on her own. The father looks at Ruana in surprise as he continues to hold her. The hero calmly says that he is still here. Ruan smiles happily, observing the situation. Father admits that they know it. Ruan asks indignantly why they are ignoring her. Ruan, with a slight smile, says that they just got a granddaughter. Ruan smiles happily and says that she already feels like she's not a real daughter. The hero confidently tells the heroine to sit down, so he tells her everything. The other hero, smiling, says she has 5 dads and one of them will be coming for her soon. Ruan looks around and pronounces that she'll be picked up soon. The hero, frowning in the distance, says that Mr. Mushin has recently arrived. The hero decisively declares that he will take Ruan to him. The hero asks with a confident smile if she likes the way he is holding Ruan. Ruan happily confirms. Another hero zealously pronounces Ruan's name. The hero, leaning over to Ruan, asks if she misses him much. Ruan enthusiastically answers in the affirmative. The hero indignantly declares that he has spent more time with her than others. Another character sarcastically replies that it doesn't matter how much time he spent with her. Ruan suddenly intervenes and calls out to both Pops. The heroes stop, shocked by her interference. Ruan asks her dads to stop fighting, desperation audible in her voice. The heroes turn around and ask Ruan who she loves more. Their faces express tension and anticipation.